Hey y'all, this is really important. It's been brought to my attention that there are quite a few fake accounts out there pretending to be me. My account here that I'm using right now is my only main account. The only other account that I have is Jamie13Horror 2.0. My boyfriend does not have any separate accounts either. His only account is Jamie13Horror's boyfriend. Any accounts you see with Jamie13Horror and tried to be affiliated with me is not me. With that being said, they are trying to bribe people out of money. Because that just doesn't sit right with me, I'm just going to halt any further donation videos. Anyone who has already donated, thank you so much. I appreciate it more than you know. The ones that I do have, which is a pretty long list, I will be finishing up that list and then I will not be doing any more of them. Because people are pretending to be me, using that idea, trying to scam people. And that just don't sit right with me. So once I finish the list of donation videos, I will not be accepting any more. I love you guys. You're the best. Update about the puppy Jax. My last TikTok video covering Jax came from the perspective of his previous owner. But now the animal hospital has spoken out. And here's their side. According to the pet hospital, Jax had been suffering and in pain for 24 to 48 hours. An infection had already set in. When the owner was questioned, she claimed that there was no possible way Jax could have gotten into anything or eaten anything that he shouldn't have. And she agreed to leave him for overnight observation. During examination, they found the skewer, which was penetrating his small intestines completely through his liver and into his chest cavity. Immediately after this discovery, they knew he needed emergency surgery. Despite being on IV pain medicine, Jax was still in immense pain. They told the owner the life-saving surgery would be anywhere between $9,500 to $10,000. They also discussed credit options, which isn't the exact same as a payment plan, but it's a way for it to be handled without having to pay all up front. After not hearing from the owner for over an hour, they called her back. They told her they would take a 50% deposit just to get the surgery started. The owner said she was applying for a bank loan and to go ahead and start with the surgery. But the surgeon explained that they could not move forward with the surgery until the deposit was made. So the owner asked them to monitor Jax until she heard back from the bank. Time went by and they never heard from the owner. When the vet office contacted her, she told them that she had been denied the bank loan, and she opted for Jax to be euthanized. The vet office told her that the other option besides euthanizing him was for her to surrender her ownership, let them perform the life-saving surgery on Jax, and he would be placed in a new home afterwards. The owner agreed. She said as long as he survived, she was okay with it. Jax's surgery was successful and he was placed with the new owner. According to the vet office, the GoFundMe that she claimed raised up enough money to get Jax back only gathered $100. The vet office says she never came forward with the amount of money, and that's why she did not have Jax back. So that is a story from the vet office. They have received hundreds, if not thousands, of phone calls and emails, saying some pretty horrific things about the staff. It got to the point where they actually needed armed security outside of the veterinarian office. So now you've heard both sides of the story. Who do you think is in the wrong here? If you don't know the first half of the story, go view my other TikTok about Jax. That's the owner's side. I also want to clarify, I do not support anyone sending hateful emails or making threatening phone calls. We don't know the true story, so it is highly inappropriate to behave that way. I bet you didn't know about the pit bull named Star and how she defied all odds and survived the unthinkable. August 13th, 2012, a homeless man named Leg collapsed on the ground having a seizure. His beloved companion Star stayed by his side. A woman tried to approach and Star stood her ground and ran her off. And when police showed up, Star ran towards them, which they reacted by shooting her in the head. Now keep in mind, Star did not bite anyone. There is a very graphic video online of this whole incident, and you can see Star laying there suffering. Everyone thought there was no possible way Star could have lived through this, but she did. She lost one of her eyes. She had soft tissue, bone, and head trauma. Originally, NYPD said Star had passed, but she really hadn't. Private donations poured in to save Star's life. It was estimated around $10,000 of donations. Star's owner at the time, Lech, did not show up to retrieve her. He had been in the hospital, then was arrested, and then later returned to Poland. But there was one man who had followed Star's story, and he knew he had to take her in. Charlie Cifarelli. Charlie knew that Star was a miracle dog, and her story was far from over. She ended up going to Nebraska to live with him. By 2015, Star had no lingering health issues. She regularly attended adoption events and Alzheimer awareness functions. She even visited Whole Foods on behalf of shelter dogs. Star's story even helped with training with police departments of how to assess aggressive versus non-aggressive dogs in situations. The video of Star has even been used in training curriculums. In August of 2015, the nonprofit organization, the Star Project, was formed in her honor. Now Charlie has gone above and beyond loving Star, giving her a second chance at life, and spreading her story to anyone who will listen. They share a very special bond. Whenever Charlie would go speak out about Star and her story, she would be right alongside of him. February 19th of 2021, Star unfortunately passed to cancer. But her legacy lives on. There have been children's books published about Star, songs written and composed for Star, and many places have featured Charlie's story on his fight to save Star. Her story is truly incredible. She defied all odds and came back to life. She had a purpose. I absolutely love this story, as someone who's a huge animal lover myself, and seeing someone like Charlie not give up on her. Star needs to always be remembered.